Updates channel. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the viewers that is in the entire world, I do appreciate your support for following me. Share, like and comment. But this time I will be talking about the outcome of the UEFA Europa game that was held, that is yesterday, in the home of Atletico Bilbao. That is the San Mamés Stadium with a capacity of over 53,000 fans. And yesterday we had an all-English affair between Manchester United and even that is Tottenham Hotspurs. One from Manchester Village and another one from London, that is Tottenham Hotspurs, where these two teams have been struggling, that is in the league. Currently Tottenham are in 17th position, just 1 point below Manchester United, who are also languishing, that is in 16th position, having one of their worst seasons since that was the 1973-1974 when Manchester United was relegated. And in the last 32 years of the Premier League, these two teams have had, that is their worst season. However, on European continent, these teams have been performing better, more so in the UEFA Europa competition. Reaching to the milestone yesterday on the final, Manchester United had not lost any single game until the finals when it was beaten 1-0. And Tottenham Hotspur had also had a good spell under coach Ange Postecoglou. That is for Tottenham Hotspur, who had previously stated that in his second season he always wins the trophy. I remember him earlier on at the times of Celtic, where he was a winner. So he managed to end, that is the 17-year trophy drought, that is for Tottenham, to make sure that they won, that is their third UEFA Europa Cup. I remember Tottenham had last won, that is this competition, that was in the 1983-1984 season, but they had won, that is the inaugural season of this competition, by then called the UEFA Cup, that was in the 1971 and 1972. To Manchester United, they have only won, that is this competition, only once. That was way back in the 2016-2017 season. So since then, they hadn't gotten back, that is to any European final. However, yesterday they had managed to reach, that is the European final. Earlier on, the talking points in this game, we have been lamenting poorly upon the performance of these two coaches, that is Ange Postecoglou and even the big man himself, that is Ruben Amorim, ever since his signature from, that is Sporting Lisbon, where he was traveling on an unbeaten period, that is at Sporting Lisbon, and even being triumphant, that is in the UEFA Champions League group stages. Things changed on the other way, reason being that ever since he was given a job way back, that is in November, found when Manchester United had 30 points, and since then they have only added on, that is 9 points. Since January, Manchester United had only won, that is up against a relegated side, the likes of Ipswich Town and even Leicester City, and since then wins have been a way back from their norm. Remember, coming into this game, all heights were high, reason being that Manchester United knew that if they won that game, that was yesterday, they would go, that is the UEFA Champions League. However, also their counterparts, that is Tottenham Hotspurs, knew that winning this game would guarantee them an automatic spot, that is into the group stages of the UEFA Champions League. Coming into this game, it was an intense one, reason being that Manchester United was from a beating up against fellow Premier League counterparts, that is Chelsea Football Club. That was on Friday when they lost 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. And on the other side, their counterparts, that is Tottenham Hotspurs, had also been beaten 2-0 at the Villa Park Stadium, courtesy of goals from the big men themselves, to make sure that Aston Villa's hopes of going to Champions League were always put open up. So they came into this game after coming from defeats. However, a final is a final. They had put their defeats on the other side, and they wanted to assemble some of their best squads to make sure that they progress. On the side of Tottenham Hotspur, that is under the big man himself, that is coach Ange Postecoglou, had earlier on faced so many injuries, where his key players, the likes of Heung-min Son, had gotten some injuries, the likes of Dejan Kruvesic had gotten some injuries, the likes of Christian Romero, who acted as the captain yesterday, was on and off, that is this entire season. The likes of James Maddison, that is the English sensational midfielder, has been off or has been struggling with injuries. So those are some of the key reasons why he was not performing better. And even he came out and spoke, that is, to the critics upon Tottenham's performance, that it's not his own making, but it's because of the poor performance, the injuries that have somehow that is costed him. However, yesterday he had to put all those he had all to put those worries away. A reason being that this is a do or die, and we have not gotten any response from his boss. That is that is Daniel Levy. A reason being that the performance that has been in, where they have lost, that is 21 league games in the 37 games that we have played, he could have been sacked a long time ago. However, this time, that is Daniel Levy, the owner of Tottenham Hotspurs, managed to keep belief in him and has made him to continue until the last date of the Premier League. We don't know, either after winning this Europa League, he will be sacked or will be given another extension, that is at the Tottenham Stadium. On the side of Manchester United, after being beaten, that is in the game of Tottenham Hotspur up against Manchester United in the Europa League, the goal that was scored by Johnson after numerous errors, that is in the box, the ball landed over, that is Luke Shaw, and later on deflected into the post, and the goalkeeper Andre Onana did not have any chance over to it. We have gotten reactions from the people, that is the fans of Manchester United and even the pundits, and saying that is Ruben Amorim doing the right job at Manchester United, or is Ruben Amorim the right coach, that is for Manchester United? And others have been asking that is it time for Ruben Amorim to be given more extension time, that is at Manchester United, or it is time, that is for the owners, that is the Glazers and even Sir Jim Ratcliffe, to make a send-off of that is Ruben Amorim. However, Ruben Amorim in the previous interviews has said that when you are at Manchester United, you just only need to make results and you keep on winning, because there are no excuses, because he has tried everything. So in this transfer window, we could be seeing many people departing off Manchester United and even others coming at Manchester United. And even yesterday after the loss, we had some disappointments from one of the players, that is Alejandro Garnacho, who was disappointed after being brought in within the 71st minute, meaning that he only played, that is 19 minutes plus the extra 7 minutes that were added in. And he stated that he has been one of the key performers that is in this team and making sure that the team progresses that to the finals of the UEFA Europa Cup. However, being given a minimum of 19 minutes after opting, that is for Mason Mount, and fellow Manchester United and the Manchester United fans say that we are disappointed with the performances of Mason Mount. However, also the coach had a response and said that Alejandro Garnacho, who is complaining in the game that Manchester United beat, that is Atletico Bilbao, when Atletico Bilbao was leading this game, Alejandro Garnacho got an open chance of 1-on-1 and did not put the ball into the back of the net. And it was the introduction of Mason Mount with his brace in that game that brought back, that is Manchester United, to take the attention down. The reason being that had Atletico Bilbao gone on with that win and added another goal, maybe it would be different. So we have some rumors over there. So Alejandro Garnacho could be eyeing, that is for an exit, that is at Manchester United. And even his brother, that is Roberto Garnacho, also made some post, that is on the Twitter, upon the player being given, that is the minimum time. However, Ruben Amorim is yet also to confirm on that or make some impact on that. But the fans of Manchester United and the Tottenham Hotspurs, others are jubilant, others are in total disbelief. Reason being that Manchester United had put all their hearts, that is on the UEFA Conference League, to make sure that they come back, that is Champions League football. Back to statistics. Manchester United had majority of the ball possession, they had the most shots on target, and even were very influential over, that is Tottenham. However, Tottenham's style of play this time they abandoned, that is the angle post-goal ball of pressing, and they sorted, that is to defending mechanism. They had only one chance, that is on goal, and it went into the back of the net. Since then it was all Manchester United. However, on a final, you don't have to play the best. The only way you have to play is to make sure that you win the game in the 90 minutes so that you can get that is the accolade. So with so doing, players like Heung-min Son, who have been at the club since the 2014-2015 season up to date, had never gotten that is any silverware. So with such a performance that was yesterday, where he came on as a substitute, is somehow relieved that at least in his playing career has managed to win. That is a European competition. As someone said earlier on, that could this be the year for the underdogs? So that's what transpired. That is in the UEFA Conference League. But to the fans, viewers and commenters, many more is coming. Just keep yourself on the Izexona Middle YouTube Sports TV for the latest trending sports updates that are making headlines. But to the fans, I think Ruben Amorim is there to stay at Manchester.